It took almost 2 hours, but I finally got a ride out of Darby. And I'm back up here. It's a little after noon. And I got a full food bag, so you know the deal. Not going too far today. Maybe 15 if we're really lucky. We'll see. While in Darby, I looked at the maps and the calendar and everything else and decided to take the Anaconda cutoff. So instead of going into Butte, we'll go into Anaconda. It's about 70 miles ahead. The Butte would have been a really long food carry, and that last one was about as much as I want to do right now. So $7:23, had a good night last night. Lots of lightning and thunder, a little bit of rain before dark. I think it stopped at dark, but try to get as far as we can today, maybe get 20, try to do some 20s. I did finally meet some other Nobos in Darby. Jetpack and Looney, I think were their names, a couple. And they passed my camp last night. I talked to them a little bit. It was nice to see a familiar face on the trail. Hadn't happened yet this year. And anyway, they're going ahead, not taking the cutoff. They're going to Butte. But so I might see them. They're going a little bit faster, but they're going to have more miles, so we might hook up again somewhere north of Butte. You never know. But there's other Nobos around. So this is a big burn. Probably the biggest I've encountered on this trail. It's 10 miles of trail that's affected by it. Of course, there's a lot of switchbacks and things like that, but And then there's these really nice meadows that we have walked through. And there's a few unburned areas, but for the most part, pretty black. This is all last year's fire. This is what you hope for in these big fires, that you at least have some unburned islands. This is a strip down along the creek. And it looks really good. So at least there's some habitat left for the animals to use until the forest can grow back a little bit. I hid under a couple trees, waited for the worst of that to pass. Look at the trail. It's called Surprise Lake. Surprise! Good morning, 8 o'clock. It's a Sunday morning, so I decided to sleep in a little. And everything was wet too. My tent's soaking wet. I have to dry stuff today. Rained quite a bit last night, but I slept all right. We got 20 miles yesterday. I'm gonna go for 20 again today. Yesterday, stopped short of Johnson Lake and my 20-mile goal because this campsite was just too nice to pass up. Could have made it, but I was kind of tired and didn't want to pass this one up. So. I just love looking down on these mountain meadows. This one's cool because you can see the trail down there. This is pretty cool. We're heading down to Rainbow Lake. Just came off of Rainbow Pass. This afternoon, rain and thunderstorms are getting to be a thing. What the hell, Montana? It's scary going through this stuff when it's windy with all these dead trees. Larch trees, also known as tamarack, I think. They're cool. I guess I'll just move on. That moose was laying down when I walked up on it. He was as surprised as I was, but we were both chill and we just went our own way. It's about 7:15. I had a Sobo named Peter Rabbit join me last night, and he hiked the AT and the PCT in the 80s. So that's really cool. I hadn't talked to another old timer like that except for Wolf, who I saw a couple times, and he hiked in the 90s with the same time as I did. But trying to get over Cutaway Pass this morning, and the ultimate goal today is to get onto the Anaconda cutoff route and put ourselves in a position to where we can get into Anaconda tomorrow and not late tomorrow. So originally I thought I would be there today, but this section was, I think I did my math wrong. That, and it's also been really up and down over these passes. So we'll get there tomorrow though. It's real smoky this morning. That's crazy. Those larch trees are living in the talus like that. Gonna have to read up on larch. They seem like a pretty cool tree. Look at this avalanche or landslide path. I'm not sure which. Look at that. It's a pile of rubble down there. I think I just saw a pine marten. It scurried out of the tree and I was like, ooh, that's a big squirrel. And then it stopped on a log and its face looked like a little fox. It was way bigger than a squirrel, but not quite as big as like a eastern fox. Cool, I'm gonna have to look that up, and I wanna learn about larches and pine martens. I also need to learn about those birds that I keep on seeing, whether they're grouse or what they are. I got to at least figure out them. And then there's these black and white birds that fly, and they're real talkers. Always squawking and making noise. I'm sure people know what they are who live around here, but I need to find out what those are too. I'm an Easterner. Just got hammered by a thunderstorm and some hail, no cover. And look at this piece of trail I got. Woo! Holy crap. across here before it storms again. This lake is gorgeous. It's called Storm Lake. That pass up there that I got caught in the storm was Storm Lake Pass. Gorgeous lake. You can drive to it though. Got 19 miles today, and after the hailstorm up on Storm Lake Pass, it cleared up, but then it rained for a couple hours. Got totally soaked and cold, but this is where I'm camping. Check it out. Twin Lakes. Not to be confused with Twin Lakes in Colorado, but this is the upper Twin Lake. Pretty happy with this site. Good morning. It's about 8 o'clock, well, 8:15. Everything is wet. It's one of those mornings on the trail, icky. But today's a town day. 8 miles to the paved road, and then 10 miles on the paved road to town. But I'm probably going to stick my thumb out for that last 10. So we'll see what time we get there. There's the smaller of the Twin Lakes. This trail's really well used, very nice. Haven't seen anybody, but you can tell locals use it a lot.